Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So today we have Mr. Claude Bigras, the CEO of Groupe Distinction. Good morning, Mr. Bigras, and thank you for coming by.
My pleasure. Good morning, as well.
Thank you. So, Mr. Bigras, you see, we're looking at your company. You're in a special business, a business that's not really... there are not a lot of public companies in your business right now at the moment. Absolutely. So you have a strong presence in Quebec and Ontario. So are there any other markets or market segments that your company thinks could exploit in the next few years to come?
Well, we are present in every major markets in Canada, but we do not have the leading role in each of those markets. So for sure, the war is to become the leader in each of our single markets, from Halifax to Vancouver, Victoria. But we are already present there with a managed office and staffed office. But we want to become the leader, an absolute leader in every market.
So, can you explain to our viewers in what type of markets that you currently exploit, market segments you currently exploit? Because you say you're not a leader in every type of market. Are you talking about the province you're in, or mostly because I know you're for technical services, you're for also janitorial services and other type of services, for example, disaster recovery services. Are you talking about those segments that you exploit, actually?
Growth in our trade goes from a couple of directions. You're absolutely right. The janitorial and soft service, which is janitorial cleaning, landscaping, snow removal, these soft services, we're quite... I would say we're present in every market, in every cities. A market for us is an urban region where there is commercial real estate properties. For sure, the idea is also to grow our technical service platforms throughout all those market segments. We are pretty strong in Montreal with this the technical service approach, and we want to extend it. So that's a very good opportunity for growth. We do believe that the technical service segment has a very good looking forward pattern, better margins, better growth in the market. So for sure we want to be part of this pattern.
So do you have actually you hold 8% of the market shares? Do you have, because I know you're a visionary,
Thank you.
What the specific target do you set yourself to be in?
Well, I would say that the perspective of becoming a $1 billion revenue company at a profit, I must say, I think it's a goal that I feel we can achieve. I'm very proud to report that I'm working with a very, very strong, aggressive, and dedicated team, and that helps a lot.
When you're talking aggressive, are you talking that your company is taking a lot of debt to be able to make these acquisitions, or are you being really prudent right now at the moment?
Well,
the interest rate right now are pretty low to be able to finance acquisitions. You have seen a lot of acquisitions recently.
Yes, so. There is. You see, there's not a one-size-fits-all. Depending on the opportunity, for sure we will take a different approach. This being said, we are more on the prudent side. Our scorecard, if you allow me to say, is showing that we diligently manage our shareholders' money. But this being said, it doesn't mean that we won't take a more aggressive position. For sure, the leverage is part of the exercise, but I sincerely believe that we need to have the proper business environment, the proper opportunity, and now you're really creating value for shareholders. If you're spending your leverage into just acquiring anything at any price, I don't think you're creating value. You're just disturbing the peace.
Well said. And because you've made a lot of acquisitions recently, like talking about SOS Janitorial to increase your presence in Saskatchewan, talking about Cascade in building maintenance. So, usually when companies acquire other companies, the synergies or the economies of scale expected are not really coming to reality. But all those acquisitions, your company is able to make some profits. What's the recipe behind the success and to integrate all these acquisitions pretty well?
Well, I would say the recipe for success is to trust the people you work with. Again, I think it takes a couple of ingredients. First of all, it takes a lot of work to partner and acquire a smaller organization in the family. I'm dedicated to that. I don't think that the company is built only with home runs. You know what? You take, the doubles and the singles. Secondly, I have a motivated and dedicated team that really take over the ball where I landed, and they really work with it, and they work with the management, the acquired management, and our existing management. And the rule in the company is, may the best practice win. So, you know what? We find good material and good assets and good people and companies we do acquire, and we also carry some good sets of value. So, in a simple nutshell, plus never goes minus usually. So, this is a little bit what we are aiming at.
Excellent.
But it's not an ego game. It's a efficiency game.
Efficiency game. So efficiency game for your acquisitions, of course, a lot of ingredients for the recipe behind the success. But right now, at the moment, your film presence is pretty good in Canada. Do you think of maybe going to the U.S.?
That is absolutely right. I would position our growth pattern in three different axles. First of all, like we discussed, is to grow our service platform in the Canadian market. Very important.
What do you mean by service platform? Like
the service, the what we call the soft service platform.
Soft service,
Janitorial, like I said, we're not the number one everywhere, so there's a lot of room. We have example of market penetration of more or less 15% in Quebec, but in Ontario we're about 7%. So it gives you an idea of the opportunity there. The technical service platform is an absolute must for us. We need to extend our technical service platform across all our markets. And the third growth area would be for sure to build a basic service platform, basic meaning $75, $100 million platform in the U.S. market in order to be ready to acquire market share on a second stage. But if you want to learn to dance, if you want to dance in 3 years, you need to start learning the market today. So I rather chew on a smaller or two smaller acquisition, get to build a management that knows us, share the values, understand the market dynamics, and after that, when Canada is more or less complete, we'll be ready to roll on the U.S. side because our platform will be there.
Excellent. You're talking about get to know the management first of all. So go crawl, walk, and run. That seems like the start of strategy.
That usually works. Actually,
that's the best way to do it. But do you have a decentralized type of management, or mostly a centralized one where everything is controlled in Montreal and in Toronto?
Well, you know what? For people that knows me, actually, I'm a proximity value carrier. I certainly believe that productivity and efficiencies and profitability is now the profitability aspect is not related to centralizing and cost cutting on back office function and so on. For sure, we have volumes. We manage and negotiate according to the size we are, for sure. But I strongly believe that management back office functions needs to be close to the market. They need to be close to the client. For example, I say one of our employees not being paid properly because of payroll mistakes, because it's done somewhere in a back office 5,000 miles away, it has a cost for the business. A customer that doesn't have his invoice properly set up every month, it's also have a cost. So I don't think it's there the saving. People need to be in front of the customers. We need to be present in our market with our stakeholder. So centralization for me is not exactly the best route. As far it doesn't fit with our values.
Excellent. So in the U.S. market, because actually you would like to acquire in the U.S. market, but you're making actually some research on the U.S. market to know how it is. But is it really as fragmented as it is in Canada right now, the U.S. market?
Yes, it's a 10 times bigger copycat, I would say. there are some larger companies for sure. I always. How can I say that? We are a big fish in a smaller pond. We're going to be an average size, I would say a medium to larger size fish in a very much bigger pond. Yeah, I recently read a study. We are more or less ranked number 50 in the overall global service market, and I'd love to be in the top 20, let's say, in 3-4 years from now.
Well, you're already in the top 50 of the best managed companies in Canada. Let's hope that this goal gets done.
Well, you know what? That's a business card that we are very proud to carry because we are an intangible service. So a customer, one of our business partner or customer reading that we are very well managed for many years, for them it's a stamp that at least we we do what we do, and we do it in a certain fashion.
Excellent. Because what is the chief, not the chief, but the main risk that a company like yours is exposed to?
Well, our main risk would be customer retention. It's a very, very important aspect. The second risk is management to be dispersed. Okay. So we need to be very close from our management. For sure, vacancy rates are affecting our revenues, but it's not a risk that we can so much control.
Okay.
Uncontrollable risk. I always like to say that we are recession resistant. We're not recession proof, but recession resistant. When we will become a problem in the stock market, I think that people will have a lot bigger problems to work with.
Well said. So, because you're talking like all the risk factors, but I know really you control mostly the company, you and some few partners actually, and you don't like, of course, your company to grow on home runs, make small acquisitions, but good acquisitions, of course. But are there a possibility that you could also be taking over by another big player? Because when you look at your growth, when you look at everything, the U.S. player might be interested in just...
I would be very blunt with you, saying that Quebec being a French-based language with a different set of laws, we have not been targeted so much as maybe other American companies.
Okay.
So far, nobody is calling me from U.S. or Europe.
Okay.
But this being said, you know what? We are more involved in the growth side than the harvesting side.
Excellent. And look, so do you have any competitors right now in the Canadian markets?
Absolutely, we have competitors everywhere. We have got good competitors and not so good competitors, but we evolve in a highly competitive environment for sure.
Excellent. Because I know, recently when you make an acquisition, because I'm still talking about the acquisitions, because it's a big part of your growth strategy. You gave, for example, when you acquired you gave CleanMax. I mean. You give your a stake to the CEO of this company and your company. So is that really a strategy when you acquire other companies to motivate the management to have the same set of values as group distinction?
Well, let's see maybe from the angle that when we are getting involved in another company, we not only acquire clients. A client is actually one of the assets. The knowledge, the know-how, the management, the qualities, the values. There are a lot of criteria that you look at. So I keep myself very open. Like I said, made the best idea when, example, in the CleanMax, we found an organization that was very close to its market, very close to its employees, that carries very strong sets of value in that. The CEO needed to be part of a bigger family to grow. He was looking at the perspective of the market. It's a perfect fit. And he is with Cascadian was the same thing. We found a very, very good global business developer for the Western market. So we also acquire human assets, which are tomorrow's management.
Okay.
So it's part of the deal.
Excellent. So as you can see right now, the stock is performing pretty well, fundamentally speaking, because it has been on the rise. So of course, it's not a stock to day trade, but it's a stock to hold for the long term, because if you acquire human assets, of course, value is really important for you. I think really there's a lot of perspective. Thank you, Mr. Briga, for coming by.
Pleasure all mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you.